Chocolo Roberto here for another video review, this time the new Crazy Sours Skittles Giants. Yes, 3 times bigger, softer inside. Yes, I'm very excited for these ones. Basically, I'm a big fan of sour sweets, and I really liked the Giant Skittles that they did, was it like a year ago, I think? Could well have been. I really was a big fan of them because while they were giant, they were soft as well. I'd say it's softer inside. They were just, because Skittles for me, the one problem with them I have really is they're just a bit too hard. That chewy is just a bit too much, but the giant ones were bigger but softer, you know, and I really like them. Now there were those shell Skittles, which I think might be, I can't quite recall now. I think they were slightly softer, but these aren't they basically. They were okay, but I don't know. But the giant Skittles for me, these aren't they basically. There were shell Skittles, which are basically Skittles with no shell, and I think they were sort of by their very nature a bit softer. But these aren't they, and well, they were okay. I think I don't know. The giant ones just worked because they were just, I don't know, everything really. Yeah, everything you could want. They were just a bigger Skittle but softer, same flavour. You know, I don't know, really nice. So because I love sour, sweets basically quite a lot, I'm very excited for these ones. Yeah, I don't mind sour Skittles, but I'd say because it's so hard, I don't know. They don't really do it so much for me. I prefer softer chewy sweets and softer sour sweets. But yeah, these ones, yeah, very excited. Yeah. So what are we up against? Let's see. We've got some flavours here. I think they basically just stuck sour in front of the main flavours. I'm not too sure though. Sour pineapple, sour raspberry, sour cherry, sour mandarin, and sour apple. Got reseal pack there. Same crunchy shell, bigger soft centre. Skittles Giants. Get into it. No two rainbows are the same. Neither are 2 packs of Skittles. Enjoy an odd mix. I don't like that because it's basically passing the buck there or whatever, or denying any culpability for the fact that it's not got an equal distribution really. And I think that's wrong because there's no reason why they can't have the same amounts or an equal amount, or roughly the same amount of every colour. I've seen some wild disparities, but something where you just get double one colour over the other. Twice as many, I don't know, green ones as purple ones or whatever, and it's just not on that. It's just not on, especially when they literally are funneling them into a packet, and they could easily measure how many are going in of each colour. They can do all sorts, and they do all sorts. I think it's really wrong that, yeah. We've got vegan there, so these are suitable for vegans. Look at that, accidentally on purpose maybe, I'm not sure, but they are suitable for vegans. Yeah, interesting one. Anything interesting on the pack then? Let's see. Glazing agent, Canalba wax. Yeah, something like that. Radish, concentrates. Product may contain an uneven mix of flavours, which is, as I say, rubbish. There you go. Palm fat. So it does have palm oil in there. Or palm fat. I think it's the same thing. Yeah, a bit dodgy. Portion size 47 grams. Per 100 grams, 412 calories. 4.2 grams of fat. 2.4 which are saturates. Per 47 grams, 194 calories. 2 grams of fat, 1.1 of which are saturates. Right, okay, yeah, so let's see. So yeah, 100 grams, so for the whole bag, I'd say it's about 50% more than that. Almost. Well, a bit under actually, but there we go. Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, you had about 180 calories on that, something like that. So it's probably about around 600 calories for the whole bag, I think, is the gist of it. This is a third of a bag there, isn't it? So yeah, we just times 194 by... Yeah, so it is almost 600, isn't it? But 600 take away 18, so about 500 and what's that? 82? Yeah, calories for the whole bag. There we go. 6 grams of fat, 3.3 of which are saturates. That's for the whole bag. Yeah, there we go. Right, okay. Well, excited for these ones. I think we should give them open. But first of all, we have to say that there's massive. The bag clearly doesn't have as much as. Look at that. I mean, it's got a bit of a hollow gap at the bottom as well. So you can clearly see there's hardly anything there, and that's, you do get Skittles bags around this size. Obviously they've got their own problem where they're not full again, but you know what I mean. So it could really be in a regular size Skittles bag almost. Let's say there's a false bottom, almost anyway. Yeah. So yeah, it's rubbish that, isn't it? I mean, I realise it's shelf presence and stuff, and all the other rival companies with their sweets do the same thing. But it's not the point, is it? Just because they all do it. Yeah, look at that. Anyway, all right, let's give it an open. Let's do it. Right, okay, let's get these Skittles Giants Crazy Sours, or Crazy Sours Skittles Giants, I want to say. It's an open. Yeah, very excited for these ones. So I've got a bit of a problem where it's only not even half full, but there we go. It's kind of to be expected from most of these sweets, you know, not just Skittles, but it's still disappointing. There we go. Not noticed that before. You can see at the bottom there's a bit of text actually. Yeah, I can read it, hopefully we can. Does it want to actually show us what it is? Somewhere over the rainbow at the top of the beanstalk. Yeah, alright, there we go. Interesting sell by date down there as well. Something 22, I think. Hard to read that, whatever it is. Bit of a rubbish place to put, you can't barely read that. Obviously the camera's working against us there, but it's the 15th of May 22. Bit of an exact date that, isn't it? But there we go. Right, okay. Which implies to me that it's probably not a real sell by date, because I think these are probably fine past them. Let's give it a split, so let's give it an open. But yeah, time recording I've pretty much done about 800 reviews now, you know, believe it or not. So if you like this video, please click the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. In the top right hand corner, I'll put a link to a place for all my other reviews. Yeah, so after you watch this one, go check those out. Hopefully you like those too. And I'll probably put a link to a place of other Skittle reviews as well. There we go. Yeah, so you can see there, very much half full. Also, don't forget I've already taken off the top there. So what does it smell like? Not a great smell coming from them actually. The way it smells of really, doesn't smell a little bit chemically, I guess. But there we go, let's see what we've got. So they're all out there, all out. Okay, let's see, there's got some pink ones, yeah, interesting, pinky. Bit of an odd colour range. Let's see, you'd think one would be red, wouldn't you? I think that's the one that's missing. Yeah, can't quite remember what the red one is. There we go, I think there's normally 6 flavours of Skittles, I'm not sure, but either way, we've got a pink one which is sour raspberry, rather than whatever we would normally have had. Well, I could be wrong, maybe it's the correct one. Let's have a look, see what we've got. The distribution doesn't look to be too bad, but I think you can already clearly see we've got more pink ones than purple ones. Purple ones tend to be the ones I like. I like the colour, and I don't know, you always sort of fruit sweet sets tend to go for the purple ones, but you can also, again, you can see there, hardly got any green ones. I mean, look at this, you know. Yeah, disappointing, isn't it? Disappointing this, really, I think you'd say. Alright, so how many have we got into? Let's just do it into groups of 5, I guess. That's 10 there. 9. And go 5 there. 5 there, 5 there. 5 there, 3. Okay, so that's 10 there. So I think these ones are quite similar. These ones actually are the similar ones, aren't they? So we've got 11 of those, 10 of them, and 12 of those. So 10, 11, 12. But then these ones here, 6. And well, this one maybe is not so bad, but still 8. So 6, 8. Yeah, 10, 11, 12. So it's a bit poor, that, isn't it? So you've got 14 of these combined. We've got 12 of those, so you've almost got as many of these as you have of these ones, you know, both of those flavours, so it's a bit poor, isn't it? Yeah, so how many have we got in total then? So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 there, 40, 44, 45, 46. Yeah, so what's 46 divided by 3 for your portion size then? Is it 14? 4, 8, 12. Yes, that's not quite right. Nearly there. 14, 50, about 15, isn't it? About 15, really. So 15 of these is your portion size. 194 calories, I think, is the gist of it. Yeah, so, yeah, okay. Yes, 15, so it's, 12 there. 3 of those. So it's just one whole of those there, basically. Doesn't seem right, that, does it? But I guess it is. Yeah. Yeah. 15. 6, 7, 8, 11, 15 and 1 left over, yeah, so I guess it is, yeah, okay, well there we go, yeah, alright, there we are, okay, well, look interesting, definitely isn't much more to say. I think we'll cut one of the pink ones just so we can see what's on the inside. They are quite soft, you can see you could never really do that with a regular Skittle. See where it's burst away a bit, you can see that's what you're up against, so the camera will focus in and allow you to see. It might do. Probably going to lower the colours a bit. There we go, that's pretty good. There you are, that's what you're up against. So you can see it's quite a thin layer, a sugar coated layer, but lots of chewy inside there. So there we go. All right, well, excited for these. Let's give them a taste. Let's do it. Let's give them a taste. Okay, once again, these Crazy Sour Skittles Giants, or Skittles Giants Crazy Sours, however you want to say it. 3 times bigger, softer inside. Yes, a taste. Yes, I've got one of each type of flavour. So a few different ones here. Sour pineapple, sour raspberry, sour cherry, sour mandarin, and sour apple. Yeah, so we'll start. May as well go from left to right. We already saw there was quite a big disparity between the distribution there. So long story short is we had 12 sour raspberries, or was it 13? Yeah, 12 of them basically, but only 6 of them. So it literally had twice as many. Yeah, so 12 sour raspberry and only 6. Which one was it? Yeah, 6 sour apples. Yeah, so a bit poor that really. We can see how big they are. We'll give them a quick measure. Actually, we didn't measure them before, so we'll just give them a bit of a measure now. So they're not uniform size, but basically that was about 2 centimeters in diameter. This one. Yeah, and it's about 1.1 centimeters high. So yeah, but I'll say not quite uniform. You see some of them are sort of shaped like this, so you can see the difference. Not quite the same. Well, looks quite similar actually, doesn't it? But in hand they look quite different. Well, I guess they are quite similar, but trust me, in hand they were a bit slightly different. But yeah, it's a bit more knobbly. I think it's a bit more knobbly, this one actually. You can't, so you can see there's knobbles on this one. This one's a bit more UFO shaped, but anyway. Well, okay, there we go. You get the point. They're not quite uniform, but they're much for muchness, the size-wise, so it's not bad. All right, let's try the sour pineapple one first. Let's see what it's like. Let's give it a go. Lovely and soft. They are so soft, actually. Wow. Quite sour. Making my eye go a bit. Not massively sour, but sour enough, as I say. Yeah. Not bad. It's still got that sort of Skittles undertone to it, I think you'd say. So it's got that sort of same foundation that Skittles have. So you can tell it's a Skittle, even though it's softer. I'm glad they're soft, even though I know the giant ones you might be disappointed in that, but for me, definitely better soft. I think Skittles are too hard generally for me, I think. It's nice though. I don't think it particularly tasted pineapple. There's a slight pineapple taste. There's someone who said that Skittles basically are all flavoured the same. I think it's the colour that makes you believe they taste different, but that's what I heard, but I'm not sure. There's a bit of a pineapple taste there, but catching the throat a bit. Yeah, it's okay. Really quite sour. Not too bad, basically. Not too bad. Yeah, there's no S's on any of these, by the way. None of them S's on that I can see. A bit disappointing that. Don't know why that is, but they've literally, that's one thing that Skittles should always have, and even do have it on the packaging SS, and then on the front as well. But yeah, none of them do it in actual hand. So yeah, let's try the pink one next. Let's give it a go. This one is sour raspberry, so that's what it's like. And nice and soft. Yeah, I would say it's definitely a different taste for this one. It's definitely a bit of a smoother taste. Quite sour again. I think it's just not quite hit me in the same way the other one did, but still just as sour. It's still got the same Skittles, undertone. You can definitely tell it's a Skittles thing, and for me that's well, obviously it's definitely good because if it's a Skittles product, presumably you want that. But for me, I don't know, I still prefer. I think that's like it's one thing that I wish wasn't there. Really, I guess is the gist of it. It's just got a bit of a, it just takes away from the actual sourness and the taste of it, and it's quite clogging in my throat actually. Yeah, I feel like I need a drink now. It's not just a sourness; it's that sort of Skittles, sugary. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, sort of blend. I guess they use. Yeah. So again, a sour raspberry one, not bad. As I say, I think other sour products generally a bit. I don't know. These are Skittles. they're giving you that Skittles taste. I guess that's what you'd want if you bought them. I like the softness of them, but I think there's that sort of Skittles, blend or whatever. I don't know. It's just distinctly that Skittles taste, and I think it kind of, could do without it. I think I'd rather just have it taste of sour rather than sort of taste a bit that sort of, I don't know, a bit too skittly still, if that makes sense. But I guess they are Skittles, so what can you do? I guess it's not unreasonable. Right, sour cherry next. Looking forward to this one. So this one should be a good strong flavour. Let's see. It's okay. A bit more cherry coming through now. Ooh, yeah, crikey. I wouldn't say it's massively cherry-like. I mean, it's different than the others, but I feel like it could be anything. Well, not literally anything, but I feel like you could have said this was pomegranate or something, and you'd probably say, "Oh yeah, okay, fair enough." And doesn't really taste of cherry for me. Cherry's quite a distinct flavour. I don't think this is it. I'm sure I've had Skittles in the past, and I've had pomegranate or whatever, and it's tasted a bit like this, or some other flavour, that's not quite a typical one. Yeah, it's alright. Sour sweets go, these are pretty good. They're quite sour, but I'd say they do catch in your throat. They've got that sort of Skittles, because of the sugar concentrate or whatever. I don't know. Something about it, and that's what I'm trying to talk about when I'm saying that Skittles blend or whatever. It's still got that weird, I don't know, sort of very sticky, cloggy centre that kind of sticks in your throat and things. And it's not really the sourness of it. It's just the way Skittles are. You know what I mean? You just have that anyway. And so while they've got rid of the hardness of it, they've still got that in there, which I can kind of understand because they are still Skittles. But I mean, it's one thing that they've got rid of hardness, but it's one other thing that I wish they didn't have that sort of stops me enjoying Skittles quite as much as I otherwise would. Okay, we've got the sour mandarin then, so orange basically, but let's give it a go. Again, soft, lovely and soft. Yeah, not bad. This one's got a bit of an orangey taste to it, or mandarin. Let's say quite citric, quite sour. It's quite, yeah, it's not a bad orange taste. Let's say quite sour, but it does definitely, I'd say, taste orangey. Same problems as the others, that sort of, as I say, Skittles clogginess. But definitely sour, nice. My eye's not quite gone as much, but I think that's just by look rather than anything else. Nice one, that one. A bit more mundane because it's orange, but mandarin. Yeah, not too bad. Tastes of it. So which what more could you want? Okay, last one then, sour apple. So there's 5 flavours. This is the last one. Let's give it a go. Let's see. Guess it's apple. There's one that's not much flavour there. Make my go, but I guess apple's a bit like that, sort of. Yeah, I guess it's apple. So it's a bit hard to making my eye go. It's a bit hard to really tell because apple's quite a sort of not a strong flavour. This one's filled with sort of sour flavouring, so it's making you not what flavour, but it's a sour taste to it. So I think it does take away from the fact that it's an apple flavour. But yeah, not too bad all in all. These I quite like them. Yeah, not too bad. These I quite like them. I think would say the apple one's a bit more sour than the others, but or at least less flavour, more sour, if that makes sense. It's more about the sourness because the flavour's not quite as strong. But I don't know if I enjoyed it as much. I think, all in all, they're not too bad. So this is a pineapple one again. I can't remember it as much. Yeah. There's a slight pineapple-y taste there. All in all, they're not too bad. I think the so I can eat this one. I think the problems with the set for me, clearly the distribution's a problem. But they've got double one flavour than others. You know, if the sour pineapple one was your favourite, and so you've only got, I don't know how many we had 7 I think or 8 or something. But on the apple one we only had 6, so you know, and you got double of others. So if the apple one was your favourite, I mean, admittedly in my case, I think that is the one I probably would have chosen to have the least of. But you should still have an equal distribution. You have 12 of one and 6 of another. I mean, you really shouldn't have that. It's really poor that. I know they say it's on the wrapper, and you know, this, that, and the other, but it's just them trying to save money because they can't be bothered. It's not them doing us a favour. They could easily make sure it was a perfect distribution, and they should do, because it's just not on really. I mean, I realise I've still got 6 of them, but if it's your favourite one and you hand them to a friend and they take 2 of them, you've only got 4 left after that, you know, or a couple of friends, you know what I mean? Yeah, so a bit poor. I think the apple one was a bit mundane. It was a bit of a meh flavour, you know what I mean? It wasn't too great. It was okay, but it's more about the sourness to that one than the actual flavour. And the pineapple was alright. I don't know if it massively tasted the pineapple. The raspberry one was a bit more of a smooth flavour. Again, maybe maybe raspberry flavoured, but you know, it's, yeah. The sour cherry one I think was one that was a bit not really cherry like. I think that one could really have been any flavour that's not a typical flavour. I think if they said it, called it pomegranate, or they called it, I don't know, can't think what's passion fruit flavour or something like that. You know what I mean? I think, you know, I mean, obviously, you know, within reason, but I feel like it could almost be any flavour that's not quite a typical one, and you'd probably accept it. I'm sure that's been the case in other ones, you know, in other Skittles flavours that I've had, you know, special editions and things. The sour mandarin was alright, again an orange one, but a bit of a plain flavour, but distinctly pretty much orange. So yeah, a bit of a plain one. And I say the sour apple one was a bit of a, you know, a bit of a letdown really. Yeah, you know, because apple's not a strong flavour, and it was just more about the fact that it tasted sour than it really being an apple flavour. So I quite like them though. I think the softness was really good. I say that's the main thing about these. Yeah, I think it's just nice. I think they just really work a lot better than regular Skittles because they're bigger and they're softer, and you can just eat them better. And I like the sourness of them. They're not my favourite sour sweets though. I think I prefer just your sort of softy, you know, your Tang Fastics from Haribo, or you know, just that kind of consistency of sweet. And I think the sort of the jelly sweets are better. I mean the sort of Skittles. Well, of course, if you love Skittles and you love that sort of sugary centre, then you've still got that here, even though they're softer. That's still here. But for me, that's the sort of bit I'm not a massive fan of, and it's the thing, you know, that detracts from Skittles. Even though, as well as the hardness of the normal ones, even this one's, it's still got that problem where there's still a bit too it's just that sugar, so it just clogs in your throat a bit. So you've not got rid of that, even though they're soft. You've still got that problem. So obviously, if you don't mind, if you like regular Skittles, then you're fine basically. But if you were looking for something a bit different, another take on Skittles, well, you know, you'd probably have to not really get Skittles really. But with these one, they are softer, so there is that, and it does really benefit them a lot. But I just think the sourness is pretty good, but I just think the actual, yeah, I think it's just the fact that the Skittles sort of, you know, still is a bit, you know, yeah, bit of a difficult one to get past really. As I say, I prefer my jelly sweets, you know, with sour ones from those, and other things like that really, rather than these ones, you know. Yeah, so. So as for rating wise, I think it's probably, they are nice. I say they are quite soft. It's a low 4, high 3.5. I think it's, yeah. I think they're not bad, you know. I think they are better than regular Skittles. I'm gonna give them the benefit. I think I was tempted to say a 3.5 out of 5, but I'm gonna say a 4 out of 5. I think just because they are nice and softer, they are better because they are big. You know, so they last a bit longer and stuff. I think they do have that detriment that Skittles normally have still, which is that sort of cloggy, sugary centre that, you know, is a bit much. But I like the size, I like the softness of them, and the flavours are pretty interesting. You know, as I say, it's just a shame that the distribution's warped and it could be anything almost. Hopefully they do have a guaranteed minimum of some sort of types in there. But you know, but if they do that, then clearly, yes. And again, well, they can do that, and if they do that, which presumably they do, because it'd be a really disappointing if you didn't have any one flavour, for instance. They could easily just make it so you've got an equal distribution of all of them, and I don't know why they don't do that. But yeah, nice though. As I say, I was tempted to give them a 3.5 out of 5, and another day I might have done, but I think just the fact that, as I say, they are better than original Skittles, that softness really works, and they are sour sweets as well. But when I say better, the consistency, the size of them, I think in the Giant Skittles just works better than the regular size because they're just too hard. I mean, the chews are better, just better in this one. I like the fact that they're sour, but I think some of the flavours are better than others, as you'd imagine. You can't overly sort of taste some of them, they're just, you sort of, they're there, but, it's hard to, it's like the apple one, for instance. I mean, yeah, okay, it's apple, but only because it doesn't really have a stronger flavour as other ones, really. Nonetheless, they are pretty accurate. I think it does say, I think that's, whoever said somewhere that you can only taste they only taste different because of the colours or something. I don't know. Well, they could be right, I guess, but for me, they did taste distinctly different. I could taste orange, I could taste, pineapple or whatever to an extent. So the cherry one didn't really taste of cherry though. Raspberry one was a bit smoother. It may or may not have been raspberry, but it was a bit of a smoother flavour. The mandarin one did taste of mandarin, as I say, pretty well orangey. And the apple one kind of didn't have a stronger flavour, so I guess it was apple for that reason. But I say the sour cherry one was the one that was a bit too not quite there, but it still tasted nice and it was a distinct flavour. But it could have been a few flavours, I think. But I just think the detriment. It's a blessing and a curse to the Skittles, really. I say they've made them softer so they're nicer, but they've still got the sort of Skittles sort of sugar foundation, basically, which again makes it catch in your throat and stuff, and just doesn't make them as nice, in my opinion, as jelly sweets. So, as I say, it's not quite. So they've improved on it in some respects, but taken away with others, basically, is the gist of it. So, yeah. Okay, guys, hope you enjoyed that review. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Check out the YouTube and program. Links in the description. Great way to support the channel. Discord server link is there as well. Be great to see you there. Like the video if you haven't already, and leave a comment or free. Always great to hear from you. Subscribe also if you have not done so. And I hopefully see you next time. Take care, everyone. Bye for now. See ya. Bye.